Hello, my fellow modeling and tabletop gaming enthusiasts, and welcome to the Mediocre Modeler Show. This episode has kind of been just hiding in the background for a little while. I did the initial inbox review portion of it and just never got around to recording an intro and an outro. And in the meantime, I got it painted. So we actually get a chance to look at the painted Trenchworx M4A1 75mm Sherman. So without any further ado, let's head on down and take a look at what comes in the box, how it builds up, and how it looks when it's painted. All right, time for a Trenchworx M4A1 75 Sherman. This is actually not necessarily, I'm not going to say a review copy, but I'm going to be painting this up and sending pictures over for the guys at Trenchworx. This is my first Trenchworx Sherman, so pretty excited for this. Again, another Adepticon pickup. So as you can see here, classic Trenchworx solid box. The artwork on the front. You can tell it's a combination of resin and white metal. I can't remember, might be 3D printed stuff in here, but what do you say we open her up and find out? All right, so I'll take a look at our instructions first. So we've got our tank there. Got our parts breakdown. So we've got our main hull. We've got our two track units, our turret, our 75mm gun and mantlet, our 50 cal, there's our 30 cal barrel, there's our travel lock, the turret cupola hatches, and then the front fenders slash mud guards. So here is our assembly. Start with gluing those mud guards, track guards onto the hull, and then the track pieces onto the hull after that. When I'm painting, I might leave these separate, just because they are so easy to attach. It just might be a little bit easier to leave them separate for painting the tracks especially. And then basically, I think just two more things to add to the hull. We've got our 30 cal barrel for the bow 30 cal and the travel lock. And then of course we got our turret. We glue our gun in, our 50 cal, and then our two hatch pieces. So I believe that's all we have for, yep. Nice and simple. So let's go ahead and pop this on out. This looks like we've got two bags of parts. So this one is got 3D parts instead of the white metal, but that's just as good. I really do like working with metal, call me crazy, but the 3D printed stuff is kind of nice. It's nice having the option. I know some kits I've got, they've provided you with both. You get both the white metal and the resin, which has come in handy because it's allowed me to build up spares. So I have like spare 50 cal, well, I don't know if I have any spare 50 cals, but spare MG34s and stuff like that. So we'll start with our hull. As you can see, it's one solid piece. This is, again, an M4A1, so it's the early version, so it's got this cast hull, whereas the later versions had a more angled, welded hull. Small hatch. So this would have been, I believe, the gasoline engine. Got our early style transmission housing there. Casting block here, which you can tell they do a lot of cleanup on that ahead of time. But by the time this is built, this won't be an issue at all. So you won't need to really clean that up any further than it already is. Just kind of an interesting little, I don't know, texture-ish with the resin, but that's just how it is. It's not really textured, it's just sort of marbly off-gassing something. I don't know, but it's fine. Not going to be an issue. One thing I'm not pointing this out is like a casting defect or anything, but actually, I mean, if you're going to have bubbles in your resin, which is just a part of the mold making process, it's kind of nice. They're all here on the bottom where they won't be seen or affected. Even the one like right here, your track unit's going to completely cover it. So yeah, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. So I'm assuming, actually, I don't know. I was about to say, I'm assuming that these are made with like a two-piece mold, but it could be a one-piece because I'm not seeing any mold separation lines on it, which is nice because there really isn't any flash or anything to clean up, no mold lines to scrape. So it might just be a one-piece mold, which, hey, if they can pull that off, if they can pull this off of the one-piece mold, I mean, these guys are, you know, experts at what they do. So, hey, more power to them. Good job, guys. Okay, so we got our track units. One piece. You can see there's a little bit of resin in between the road wheels there. You might see a little bit better from the backside. Again, not an issue to clean up. Just quick little swipe with a sharp hobby knife. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Maybe a tiny little casting block there to clean up. Again, just part of the process, not an issue whatsoever. They do have these nice little keys right here that you can see key right into the hull right there. So, yeah. Once we clean up this little casting block right here, this thing should fit perfectly right there. A little bit of, yeah, it'll be fine. And then, of course, we've got the other side, which doesn't have that little casting block, which is good, cool. Again, a little bit of, tiny little bit of flash. Again, it's all at the back side, so it would not be terribly easy to see. But again, real easy to clean up. You can see just how well that fits in there. It's not like a friction fit or anything, but it fits in there perfectly to make a nice glue bond. Just kind of sand this a little bit, sand these mating surfaces just a little bit so it gives the glue something to kind of key into. Works out really well. I mean, you can put this together and it will just sit perfectly like this. Yeah, just like that. Okay, then we got our turret. So we've got that 75 mil turret with the single hatch. The commander's vision cupola right there. We do have a little casting block to take off here, which things like that are necessary so that you can make sure that you don't get voids in the resin. So it kind of gives resin and air a little place to go. So you kind of have to have little air channels, because the very bottom of your mold, if you inject the resin into it, it will force that air into a pocket down at the bottom and you won't get resin in there. So you get voids in your resin. So by adding these little things, which are easy to clean up and will be mostly covered by the gun and mantlet itself, you can ensure that this whole little front portion is solidly formed. You can see just tiny little casting blocks again there on the bottom, which is great, easy to, I mean, just a little quick little nip, a couple little scrapes, maybe some sanding, boom, perfect. I do also kind of like, there's kind of like some, I don't know if this is the purpose, but there are kind of some pre-drilled slots that would very easily fit magnets if you want to magnetize your turrets, which is always kind of a good idea. You can see this thing fits in there pretty perfectly, even with this little casting thing on there. So that is pretty sweet. So then we've got our other 3D printed pieces, and we'll go ahead and just open this up and have a look. And these are all still on the raft. We're not going to take them off because we're not going to build it just yet. But you can see here, very well done 3D printed resin. Again, guys at Trenchworx know, guys and gals at Trenchworx know exactly what they're doing, so they do a great job with this. I love how this pretty compact raft, it's got a lot of stuff on it. So we've got our two hatches for our commander's cupola here. Behind that, we've got the 75 mil gun and mantlet. We've got our turret 50 cal on there, just going right there in front. We've got our travel lock for the gun, which, yep, would key in right there on the hull. And then, of course, we've got our track and mud guards there up at the front, which the interesting thing to me, we've got the large hatches for the driver and gunner compartments, which I think on the 76 mil we do end up using these. We'll take a look at that someday. Oh, I just now realized this pre-drilled barrel. Oh, the 50's not. That is pretty tiny though. I don't know. I'd be almost afraid of breaking that barrel. I love how detailed these guys get. I mean, the cooling sleeve on here. Oh, yeah. So back here between, you can see it just barely there between the 50 and the hatches, excuse me, is our bow 30 cal. I mean, just look. I don't know how well you can see that, but you can see all the little vents in the cooling sleeve. That is neat. That is pretty cool. Man, that is awesome. So yeah, here we go. Here is our Trenchworx M4A1 75 mil gun Sherman. So definitely looking forward to getting this built up and getting it painted. I've kind of started, I mean, it's so simple to paint just a regular Sherman, but you can have a lot of fun with the weathering on it too. So there you go. Well, here we go. Here we go. Here we are. Here is the finished Trenchworx 75mm M4A1 Sherman. You can see paints up pretty nicely. They did magnetize the turret just for funsies. No real reason to, just kind of did it for fun. You can see the finished product here. And as a bonus, since I didn't manage to do a pre and post for this one, we've got the 76mm Sherman. Again, the M4A1. I'm a little disappointed because I had to switch from the regular ammo by MiG to Atom, and the dark olive drab color is not as dark in the new Atom paints, which is the 76mm is painted with Atom. This one's painted with the original. So it's going to kind of throw off my schemes a little bit. Basically the same hull, although it is different. So this is a large hatch M4A1, this is a small hatch. The pioneering tools are a little bit different, but still pretty neat. Again, I used a pretty big magnet on this bad boy. Yeah, you can see the magnets there, which I think are actually opposite polarities. Yeah, so I didn't think about that going into it, but yeah, that's how it is. So 2 more M4 Shermans added to my 28mm stable. Well, there we go, folks. As always, I love me some Trenchworx kits. They're really well done. They're kind of simple in that they don't have a whole lot of parts, which is really nice. So they assemble really well. The detail is about perfect for a gaming piece, you know, without going too crazy, but yet it's not so simple as to be just bland. And also they got a nice heft to them, you know, being resin with, you know, some might have white metal, some might have printed parts. And I know they've got a lot of stuff going on. It's been described to me as revolutionary forms of creating miniatures. So I'm excited. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm excited to find out what they have. I mean, just something new. Okay, cool. Sounds great. So I'm very excited to find out what they've got up their sleeve. I know they're in the process of redoing their D-Day figure line, which I reviewed some of those about a year ago. I think they're moving those from resin cast to 3D printed. So that's going to be pretty cool. And those, yeah, those will definitely be cool. They were running a special. I think that special is actually over now. Yeah, so definitely check out trenchworx.com. I'll put a link in the description as always, to let you guys just go straight to the website. I don't have any deals with them or anything. I just like their product. They're some cool folks too. So yeah, pretty short and sweet this week. I guarantee you though, we have got some great stuff coming down the pipeline in the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'm really excited for what we got coming up. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what content you'd like to see on the channel. And check out those links in the description for social media, as well as my Warlord Games affiliate link. I can guarantee you're going to be hitting that come July 4th when pre-orders for Conflict 47 go live. Can't wait. So, thank you very much, folks, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, may your paints be thin, your brushes be pointy, and your dice be hot.